Good morning. How are we all on this fabulous Monday morning? We've got Christmas creeping up on us. We've got deadlines creeping up on us because everybody wants everything finished before the end of the year. So I just wanted to touch base with you this morning because you know that I'm all about body wisdom, listening to yourself, trusting yourself. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Emily from All Things Divine. So I wanted to bring to your awareness, half this stuff you probably already know, but it's kind of filed in the back end of the brain. This is when we need to bring it out. Signs that you need to just take a break, or to slow down, or to stop altogether. Because I'm sure that everyone here does not want to end the year burnt out, exhausted, overwhelmed, and more stressed. So let's have a look at some of our body's warning signs to tell you to take it easy, to slow down, take that breath, whatever it is for you. All right. The first thing, and in order to do this, we need to be self-aware. We need to be connected to our bodies. We need to be able to look at ourselves. Obviously, no judgment, no comparison, no shame game, none of that BS this year. This is looking at yourself with love, compassion, with that desire to grow and learn from ourselves so that our lives can be amazing and we can be an example to others and enhance other people's lives. Not that that's your job, but it is just a bonus that comes with looking after ourselves. So the first one I've got down here is notice when you are feeling really irritable, that you're impatient with others, you crack it really easily, you just like the smallest thing is just going to set you off. Yeah, that's our body's way of going, we're run down, we're depleted. Our spring is so tightly bound that we're just going to go, there's no filter, there's no leeway to be able to take ourselves a step backwards, assess the situation, and come from a calm space. So feeling irritable and impatient with others and the self, you know, when we stuff up or make a mistake, which we will because we're human, it's like, you know, curse, 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 negate yourself, blame yourself, berate yourself. Right, first one. Take a look at your sleeping habits and your eating habits. Yeah? So they're not great. I know for years and years, and especially when I worked in a cafe, my eating habits were crazy. I would just survive on coffee because I was at the coffee machine. Hungry, have a coffee, have a coffee, have a coffee. Bored, have a coffee. Just need some stimulation, have a coffee. Yeah? Have a look at your eating habits. Are you grabbing quick processed stuff from the cupboard or the fridge? Are you not having time to be able to sit down and actually eat, actually in a relaxed state, actually allowing your body to digest the food properly? Or are you eating on the run, eating crap, sleeping poorly, it's getting to 2 o'clock in the morning, you're like, oh, I should probably go to sleep, finishing off that computer work. So take a look at your sleeping habits, take a look at your eating habits. Usually when these go out the window, it's because we have got increased stress. Yeah, so we're demanding more of ourselves. Others are demanding more of us. So take a look at where that extra stress is coming from. Is it work? Is it kids? Is it yourself? Your own expectations? All right, feeling irritable and impatient with other people and yourself. Sleeping and your eating habits. Have a look at where the stress is coming from. Feeling fatigued. Do you have a lack of energy? Even if you've had 8 hours sleep and you wake up and you go, oh, back on the hamster wheel. You've got that feeling of lack of energy, even for those things that you normally would love and maybe would give you energy, but you're like, oh, I just can't. I just want to sit on the couch and do nothing. Are you getting sick more often? Whether it's, sniffles, whether it's earaches, sore throat, body aches and pains, headaches. This is your body's way of going, hang on, I'm overloaded. Rest, stop. Okay? Feeling fatigue, lack of energy, getting sick more often, the headaches, the body aches, just being the witness to all of these things. You have less motivation to accomplish or even start things that are important to you, whether it's stuff for yourself. Usually they're the first things that go out the window. Whether it's stuff for your kids or your partner or family, friends, those things that are important to you, you just don't have that motivation to go, yep, I'm going to start that. Frequent feelings of overwhelm and neglecting your basic needs. So we've covered the eating and the sleeping habits, looking after yourself, showering, washing the hair, doing those kind of things, and frequently feeling overwhelmed. Obviously, usually when we are feeling overwhelmed, we've already got our plates full. So then if someone else goes, can you do blah, blah, blah? You just go, holy crap. Yeah. So just chip away at one thing at a time. Doesn't even matter. Action creates motivation. So even if you just start and you do, I don't know, tiny little thing, cleaning the kitchen bench, something. Neglecting your basic needs. So yeah, the showering thing, cleaning your teeth, just no, I can't be bothered. I'll do it tomorrow. Putting off what you can do today, all that sort of stuff. So have a look at what your body is telling you. Feeling irritable, impatient with others and yourself. Are you snapping? Sleeping and eating habits. What are they like? Feeling fatigue. You have the lack of energy, especially for those things that would normally excite you and you would normally just get up and do. Getting sick more often, the body aches, the headaches. Obviously, if it's a congenital thing, please go and see your licensed practitioner. It could be something a bit more, than just fatigue or lack of sleep. Less motivation to accomplish or even start things that are important to you. Frequent feelings of overwhelm and neglecting your basic needs. So have a look at that sort of thing. Even if you do, I'm working with a Chinese doctor at the moment, and she's getting me to pretty much log everything just to see where my energy is going, where it's coming in, why I feel X, why I feel Z. So have even if you jot down the time you get up, your food, have a food diary, a water diary. Please hydrate. It's getting warmer. Please hydrate at least 2 liters of water a day. Yeah. And they could be in herbal teas too, not coffee, not caffeinated, not soda. Your food diary, your workload, have you had a really busy day or not? Has it been quite cruisy? Where is the stress coming from? And also what time you go to bed. Also, I think I'm going to cover that a bit later. That's right. So your answers, what can you do? If you have ticked off any of those, all of those, if you've ticked off all of those, please look after yourself. It's only the 6th of December. and we've got school holidays, all that sort of stuff. So we're going into a little bit, it doesn't have to be crazy season if you choose, right? You're the one in control. Remember that. All right. What can you do? First things first, assess your environment. What are the noise levels like? Is the TV always on? Is the radio always on? Is there always some kind of stimulus going that our nervous system is checking in? No, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Yeah, it's like your phone pinging off the towers all the time, trying to find that connection. So have a look at the noise level. Assess your screen time. You can do that in your daily, outlook as well. What is your screen time like? Are you just scrolling through socials just for the sake of it? Can you use your downtime in a more productive way? Better for the nervous system, better for the mental health. I've taken Facebook off my phone. The only way I get onto Facebook now is through the computer, logging in, all that sort of stuff. So I'm not on. And I tell you what, it has changed my mental health. I've not had a downward spiral in months, which has been fantastic. So bring it back home, assess your environment. Are the lights in your house really bright? I don't know if they're on dimmers, or you may be able to change it with a warm light, or turn some of the lights off even, because that constant brightness does weird things to our nervous system, our fight and flight, our cortisol levels, all that sort of stuff, which can just domino effect into not a very good health for our body. People, who are you hanging around with? Who are you letting into your space? Sometimes at work, obviously, there are people that have to be there. And if that's the case, make sure that in your spare time that you have people around that fill your cup. They're not draining you. You're having positive conversations, right? Have some topics off limits from your conversation. So be around people that you can have delicious, passionate, philosophical conversations with. Chores. What are your chores like? Are they becoming more with the kids on holiday? Seriously, get your kids to clean up after themselves. A lot of us have our own businesses and we don't stop working. We're not on holidays. Get them, right? Get them to look after themselves. Get them to take responsibility, to show some nous. Get them to help you with the dinner, even if it's chopping up the vegetables and you do the rest, or whatever it is, obviously age appropriate. If they're older, get them to make a meal a day. Delegate, because we're still on. I'm working all through December and January. So have the help. Get your partner to help. There's beautiful, Hello Fresh, like those sort of things that you can bring food into the house. There's the recipe already there. You don't have to think about it. So do some stuff, get some help that will make your life easier. You don't have to be the one stuck doing everything. Yeah, kids wear clothes, get them to do some washing. You know what I mean? So delegate, get help. You don't have to be everything to everyone all of the time. Just notice in your body when you are feeling tired, and go to sleep, go to bed. If you're tired at 8 o'clock, no one says that you have to stay up till 10:30. Go to bed at 8 o'clock. You might not be tired enough to sleep, so read a book or meditate or do some knitting or sewing, crocheting, whatever. Utilize that time just to take yourself out of that environment that's maybe busy and stimulating. Go into your quiet sanctuary. Like your bedroom should be this delicious, just quiet, peaceful space that you can just turn off. This is your downtime. Yeah? Journal. Go through what's happened for the day, where your stresses are, what your sleeping patterns are. Do all that sort of stuff in that time. Just process, just have that time to process the day's events, the week's events. Take a look at yourself with love and compassion, of course. Have a look at your caffeine intake. Like I was saying before, replace some of your caffeine with herbal teas or with homemade iced teas, not filled with sugar, just that beautiful, like a lemon and raspberry kind of watered tea. They're beautiful this time of year. What is your alcohol intake like? This time of year, there's lots of celebrating, there's lots of alcohol intake. We like to just do that to help us unwind. Have an alcoholic beverage, then have a soda water, or have spritzers like wine with soda water. There's some really good non-alcoholic wines, beers out there. Change it up. So when we drink and drink and drink, excessive alcohol puts our nervous system, puts our whole digestive system, it's just trying to get rid of the toxins, and it overworks. And if we're not sleeping well, if we're not eating well, if we're totally stressed, and you add alcohol to the equation, you're just going to go, So just be mindful of your alcohol intake. Okay, what else can you do? Are you honoring your emotions? Are you just going, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to push through it and just do it, and I've just got to get it in and get it done so I can leave and go home and whatever. Please do not suppress your emotions. Your emotions are there to let you know that something's annoying, there's energy within your body that needs to be acknowledged. So sit with them like a little 2-year-old and go, oh, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling whatever it is for you, even if you loudly acknowledge it, name it, and then have some amazing conversations with the people around you. If you're feeling like you got too much on your plate at work, talk to someone to go, oh my God, I've got this. Is it okay if you do that? Or is it okay if I push this deadline back? Or talk to your boss, need to be done before Christmas, like really prioritize what needs to be done and what doesn't, and get some help if you can. Get someone else to help you with your load. If it's family situation, sit down with the kids, like especially if I was saying to delegate some of the stuff around the house to them. Sit down with your family and have a conversation. Do you know what? Kids love to be involved in this because they love to have this grown-up conversation. They can express their concerns, or they can come up with some ideas on how to evenly distribute the household so that it runs smoothly. And then there's an ownership and a responsibility for them as well. Especially if you take on one of their ideas, they're like, cool, that's really good. So sit down with the family and nut out, okay, I need you to cook half the meal on these days, or do this, whatever. Sit down and have adult conversations with your children. They love it. And the partner as well, like, open up to them. Let them know what you're worried about, what you're afraid of, what your expectations are, that sort of thing. And my thoughts on expectations is that we do all have them. However, we need to be flexible with them because they are coming from our perspective, our own expectations. So we need to be flexible. We need to surrender. If someone else is doing the dishes and they're not doing it the way you want to, step back. Are they being done? Cool. Is it helping you free up some time? Cool. So take the reins off that control a little bit. Yeah. Are you overscheduling? Are you running out of time to do things? You don't have that time to stop and meditate and have that downtime or journal or whatever. That's the biggest key. If you don't have time for something, that's overload. So prioritize what you need to have done, delegate, and have a look to see, does this really need to be done today, right now? What can be taken off the list of things to do? Have your boundaries gone out the window? Because all of a sudden we now have this belief system that we're coming into Christmas, it's Christmas time, it's festive time, we need to do this, we need to act like this, we need to have this many friends, we need to have this many parties, go to these social events, da 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 da. Like, come home. Do you want to go to those parties? And I think I've done a talk on that before, these social events. You know, pick and choose where you're going to have your energy. Your boundaries. Are you taking on more because you just want to get it done before Christmas or whatever? What are your boundaries? Are you allowing people just to step all over you because it's just easier than having a conversation where you go, actually, no, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. How about we do X, Y, Z? Yeah. So have a look at all these things. Listen to your body. Listen to what it is saying, what it's asking you to look at. Take that, have a look at yourself. Take that, that self-observation without any criticism. We're learning from ourselves. Yeah, we're actually starting to hopefully learn to reconnect, to listen to ourselves. So I might type all this stuff up and put it in the group so that there's a little PDF file for you to have a look at for those visual people. But please drop all the expectation. This is a time for you to come back to the self, listen to your body. When do you need to take a break? Your body will tell you. Are you listening? All right. Thank you so much. Have an amazing week. And I look forward to seeing you around the traps on the wellness community. All right. Everyone take care, please. Be safe, be merry, be joyful, bring in the joy, allow it to overflow so that you can share it to others as well. All right. Bye for now.